Check the mic and make sure.
We interrupt this regular scheduled program to bring you this important message.
Hello, everybody.
Biggest panda I've ever seen. Look at that now.
There's money on it.
Hey, everybody. Hey, she made it. Our dog had to go to the bathroom literally seconds before this started.
Man.
For the door. So we got 3 people here. That's 3 more than I thought were going to be here today. Everybody's out doing their Halloweening and their stuff. So that's why
If you
we're here
guys
today.
are at a Halloween party, you should definitely have this on the big screen.
Yeah. This will be super entertaining for people that aren't in reselling. Well, I mean, we talk about other stuff. So,
Yeah.
Rosie's here. Hey.
Hi, Rosie.
Welcome.
I was
Thanks for
chatting with
stopping
her
by.
earlier.
Yeah, Rosie shared our Poshmark store while we were
I was trying
the auction
to share her stuff too, but our connection at that auction barn is really bad. So
yeah,
I can only do so much.
I just know I looked down at my phone and I had like 8,000 notifications. I was like, whoa. Thank you, Rosie. We appreciate that. Christine O'Brien is here. She says hello. Hi, Christine. Welcome. JD's here. He says hi, guys. Hi, JD.
Hi.
Welcome to the special Saturday edition of Pittsburgh Picker Live. And we're not going to be here tomorrow because everybody's going to be busy tomorrow, and so are we.
Yeah.
Handing out the candy and doing the Halloweening stuff. So, that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
She said Posher VA did it. I just hit one button.
Virtual assistant.
Yeah. We need to once we get bigger on Poshmark, we might consider that. But right now we have like 1 sale a month on Poshmark. So
yesterday I was telling her we were doing cross listing. I did it yesterday for like hours. And we had like 4 or 5 Mercari sales after that.
Yeah, we did. We've switched off of List Perfectly as well. We are permanently not on List Perfectly anymore because there was just too many glitches. We had several things that we know we pulled down, and List Perfectly told us that it was pulled down, and they were still there. So we just kind of gave up on List Perfectly and went with I get this wrong all the time. Was it Vendu?
How do you spell it?
I don't know. I don't
Adam.
I think it's Venmo.
He was calling it Venmo the other day.
I was calling it Venmo. And
it's not Venmo, that's for sure.
I think it's Vendu. I'm pretty sure it's Vendu. But yeah, it certainly works a lot better. It seems much, much better. So, and it seems like it connects things a little better. Like it physically connects to your eBay store and it physically connects to your Poshmark store. And then everything's just on one page. It doesn't open up 12 windows when you try to cross list something. It all stays nice and neat right there on the website. So we're sticking with it. And if anybody's out there that wants to sponsor this show with Bendu, I think that's what it's called. It's not making for a very good commercial. I'm like,
you don't even know what it is.
My name's Adam, and I'm the Pittsburgh Picker, and I use Vendu or Venmo or something.
It's not Venmo. We know it's not Venmo.
We know that.
But it was crazy because I used List Perfectly like literally all day yesterday, and I haven't really used it. Adam was the one that was using it, so I finally got like really fast at it. He's like, and I'm like, this stinks because I know this is on Poshmark and it says it's not.
Yeah, we found like 4 or 5 things yesterday.
It's on Mercari and it's saying it's not. And I was getting so mad. He's like, well, let's try something else. And I was like, are you serious? I just got the knack of this. But he's right. It stinks. It's so glitchy. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't seem to work very well for us. So we're moving on. But it is what it is. Will's here. E-Will is here. 525-5265. He says, hello, you're the stars of my listing party. 1. It's awesome. Sarah has that listing party frequently.
Yeah.
JD says the Heidelberg bins were crazy the other day. I caught some lady taking shoes out of my cart.
What?
I'm glad they kicked us out. It was getting nutty there. Like there was literally more people like standing around the edge of the bins than there was looking in the bins. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, the word's out, you know, it's like everybody knows that. I mean, seriously, that place used to be just a regular Goodwill, and then they made it a bin store. So it took a little while to catch up. And then with all the YouTube stuff and all the people going, and it's I think it's over. Unless you're going to commit to spending 8 hours a day there and being like George Costanza with Tony and bringing sandwiches. Tony.
I kind of want to go back, but like I have way too much on my plate right now.
Yeah. You guys will see on Monday what we did to ourselves. It's a little crazy.
Way too much.
Rosie says, I just take down all my listings and manually and use the cheapest option on List Perfectly. The thing about Vendu that I don't like is that it glitches the listings a lot. Stuff doesn't transfer always. Yeah, so far so good with it, but I'll have to take a look because if that's the case. I'll be honest with you, Rosie, I'm not paying attention to the descriptions or anything, so it's very possible that happens.
He doesn't. When I was using List Perfectly yesterday, I was getting so mad. Like it was going okay. Like after a couple hours, I was like speedy. You know, minus the fact that it takes forever for the pictures to like transfer and everything.
Yeah.
But it was transferring the pictures to Poshmark, but not any of the title or anything. Yeah. So I had to hit like re-transfer or something. I don't know.
I think with all of them, you're going to get some sort of glitching, but I didn't like the fact that when you click sold on List Perfectly, that it wasn't pulling, like some things it was pulling down and some things it wasn't. And we were just naturally assuming that it was coming down. And, you know, I mean, it defeats the whole purpose of having something like that if you have to hit that sold button, then check every marketplace to make sure it did its work. Like it completely defeats the purpose for us.
Which is what we have been doing.
Right.
And still not getting everything.
We actually stopped using List Perfectly about 3 weeks ago to pull things down, and we've literally been just doing it manually. And this is what it is. Tina Bena's here. She says, hey,
Tina.
Heart, tongue, smiley face, party horn.
Party horn.
Party horn. That's right. So, hi, Tina. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Mark from SM Postcards here. He says, hello, all. Hi, Mark. Mark was our guest last week. It was one of our better podcasts. And then there's this Trash to Cash podcast guy.
Who's that?
He keeps coming by. I don't know.
I think he has a crush on Tina Bena.
Yeah. He's getting a little creepy with Tina Bena. I can tell you that much. Keep it up, buddy, and we're going to have to block you. No, that's it. That's NC Picker /Flipper, if you guys didn't know. SM Postcard says the best cross list way is from the site to site directly, no middleware app. Yeah, we have too many listings. It would take us days to do all that, and we're not going to do that. So this is where we're going right now. Ewell says, but none of those services removes the sold listings, right? That was the problem for me. I was using Vendo. It does, yes. The sold listing.
Yeah, he's asking what you think.
Yeah, it just delists them. It on eBay, it's basically the equivalent of hitting end listing and items sold. And then on Mercari, it deletes it. Facebook, it marks it as sold. And Poshmark, I assume, just deletes it. No, well, it marks it as sold, and then it stays in your closet forever.
So ridiculous. Why does it do that?
Yeah, it's nice when you get down to the bottom of the closet, and it's like, sold.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Why is it still there?
Really, you should just have another tab like eBay where you can look at your sold, so you can look at what stuff that's listed.
There's so many things about Poshmark that I just like really hate a lot.
The shipping's nice. I mean, it's expensive for certain things, but it is nice that you can use any priority box, and any sort of I mean, there's very little size limitations and so forth. So I don't know. It seems to work. So. That's creepy. This Trash to Cash podcast guy is stalking Tina Bena. This This is out of control. We're gonna have to record this in case Tina needs some evidence. SM Postcard says no, like eBay to HIP postcards using the API and HIP API to sync things in the middle. Yeah, that seems to be what what is it? Vendu does. You log in directly to eBay. You actually allow them to access your eBay, and then it just syncs everything over. So you have to hit sync when you add new listings, and it will sync everything onto their platform, and you can just pull it all over. So it seems to be working. Everything seems to be good, but that doesn't mean anything because List Perfectly worked really, really well for the first month we had it, and then it all fell apart after that. So
yeah, we've only been using Vendu.
Venmo. Venbu.
For
What
like
is it again?
For Vendu.
Yeah.
For only
what it's called?
a day.
Yeah.
No.
But so far it seems to be working.
Yeah.
And Tina's getting a little creeped out. So sorry. Trash to Cash podcast. Can't even talk.
He's
you know what you should do? You should freak people out on chats and like have an argument with yourself. Like log in on one computer with Trash to Cash podcast and then log in as NC Flipper on the other one and like actually have an argument with yourself. That would be hilarious.
It seems like a lot of work.
It does seem like a lot of work, but it would be funny.
No,
and I do not think he would, turn away from a good joke. So just my opinion. Rosie says Vendu is also way more expensive. Depends on how much you use it. It evened out for us because we don't cross list everything we list on eBay, and so we did the 300 listings a month, and that seemed to work. So,
maybe we've only been using it for a day.
Again, we've only been using it for a day. You may be 100% correct, Rosie, and we'll just get a bill.
I have 300 things sitting here right next to me right now.
Yeah, that's right.
That could be cross listed.
Told you he wouldn't walk away from a good joke. Told you. Who's this Trash or Cash guy hitting on my woman?
Oh, that's funny.
I told you. I wouldn't. I mean, if he suggested that and I had 2 accounts, I'd be talking to everybody. Look at this.
How is he even doing this?
Oh, that's funny.
This is what I want to know.
That's because he's connected. He's probably got every computer in his house going.
Phone.
Right,
you probably have a phone,
yeah.
an iPad, and like a laptop.
He's sitting in the garage with many screens right now. He's got the iPad in one hand, the computer, the phone in the other one. But make sure all 3 accounts hits the like or dislike button on this chat so that we can get some leeway here in YouTube. SM Postcard says 2 people winning have been sent, waiting on one person to send me shipping information from the giveaway on Thursday. Sweet. That was pretty cool. Here's the big one. Here's one of the big winners right now. Cheryl's here. She says, hello, everyone. So, hello, Cheryl. Welcome.
Welcome
to the podcast. But like, what was that lady that used to be on like Wish or something? Delilah. Yeah, with that soothing voice. Oh, isn't that nice? Sean writes in and says his wife has been interesting.
Interesting?
I don't know. I don't remember. I listened to it for like...
It's not his wife has been interesting. She said, Sean writes in and says his wife left him.
You have to get close to it.
Let's play On the Wings of Love. Going out to you, Sean.
That's right. Perfect.
When I used to work in retail, every night that was on.
And wait a minute. You have 4 accounts. I have more alts than you would believe. You're going down Trash for Cash. What is this? Look, there's another one. Tina's like, this is getting out of control. Tina, it's like you have 5 husbands.
Wow.
Which I'm sure you only need one.
That's a lot. Yeah, please, you only need one.
We're taking out the Trash to Cash. That's right. Oh man, you got too many accounts, bud. I can hardly keep one straight. Actually, we do have 2. We have the second account that's been made that we're gonna just do randomness on it, but we haven't done anything with it.
We don't have time in our lives.
But it shouldn't be that hard because we buy crap all the time. Why don't we, why don't we buy something and review it?
We will.
The The only thing that's hard, that's the one thing that we want to do is the chicken sandwich thing, and that's just going to take too much time because Popeyes is way farther away from the other ones. But we'll try.
And it takes like you have to go through all those drive-thrus. You have to go to all those restaurants. That's like that's like, I'm not even like joking. That's like 2 hours right there.
Probably not. I mean, if we get it at the right,
the sandwiches.
Yeah, we get it at the right time of day, we'll be okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We will.
We could review the McRib. That would be great. I love those things.
I like the McRib too, guys. I know it's gross, but
you can't. It's one of those sandwiches you just can't look at, though. Like if you peel that bun back,
because it's a stamped shape to make meat look like bones. Guys, what is that?
That's right. It's a stamped piece of meat to make it look like ribs. I don't even know if it's probably not even 100% pork, but
no.
NC Picker Shorts says she wishes. That's right. And then Trash for Cash Podcast says, man, they're all so salty. It's starting to heat up in here. Things are getting out of control. We have 15 people watching right now, and of the 15, NC Picker is 6 of them.
It's starting to heat up in here because Adam turned our furnace up to 72 degrees, and it's like a sauna.
What? Everybody has their furnace up. Well, I mean, everybody that's not in the South.
Everyone that's over 80 years old does.
No.
That has
For those of you that live
circulation.
in the Midwest or the East Coast, what's your furnace at right now?
60, like mine, before we moved in together, before we merged our lives.
It was like 56 degrees.
No, it was like 62.
Ice crystals formed on her dresser.
My gas bill was like $25, okay?
Yeah, that's good. That's great. And you were frozen, and your cats were frozen.
They were fine. See, look.
Riblets Gaming's here. She says hello. I'm not even. Those two comments don't exist as far as I'm concerned.
They do. Thank you.
Trash Cash Podcast says no, only one channel at a time. Let's talk about this comment for like the next hour and a half because we're not going to look at this one.
Thank you, Rosie.
Rosie lives in Massachusetts.
I don't care. 65 is where it's at.
It's probably warmer there.
No, it probably isn't.
Postcards. Yep. I think he's just. I don't think that's actually the number. I think
it
he's
is.
Just. No, I think that's.
It is.
I think he's just being.
Ours
funny.
is usually like 69.
Jimmy's going to stand by me. Dark County Picker, how you doing? What's your thermostat at right now?
If it's 72, you're crazy.
Wills, where do you live? First of all, because if you're I think you're up here though. So if yours is off, you're freezing right now. I don't.
You're good.
I don't want to wear heavy clothes in my house. You don't mind?
I don't want to pay a $200 gas bill, Adam.
This has gone completely off the rails. This is like.
I love all these people. November 1st, and I broke my rule for your comfort.
I knew Jimmy would be up there.
Jimmy,
70, perfect.
That's 70, okay, 71. I guess, Jimmy, but it's pushing it.
Will's in Ohio. He's still off. He's ice crystals are forming.
Thank you. November 1st, guys.
Lisa 65 is perfect.
Lisa, you know what's up.
No. Super Fast Tortoise, he'd be with me. So I think he's like a 75 guy. I feel like. Right?
Nope. Nope.
I can't. I just can't wear heavy clothes in my house. That I don't want to.
Put a blanket on.
I don't want to. I want to be comfortable.
Okay.
Just like in the summer.
The furnace is blaring right now. When the gas bill comes.
Just stop this. No one wants to hear us bicker. Rosie says we haven't even turned the heat on yet. We put layers on until November. Ewell says I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. The Riblets Gaming's a 68. See? That's not bad. I could do 68. Christine O'Brien says, my husband and I argue all the time about the thermostat. My husband keeps it at 63. I like 74. See, Christine's
wrong.
Yeah. As Imposed Sword says, get a Snuggie. I've tried one of those. I'm not a small guy, Mark. Just throwing that out there. So there's very few things that they're made in one size that fit me comfortably. And the Snuggie, to me, I feel like my shoulders are like this because the sleeves are a little too narrow for me. So, yeah, no.
Your Snuggie's downstairs. I'll bring it up for you.
Yeah, it's not comfortable. See, I knew Super Fast Tortoise was with me. He's a 70s guy. Look at that. Lisa says, I'm in the Berg and my furnace isn't coming on anytime soon. It isn't winter yet.
Yeah, Lisa, that's right.
We're supposed to get snow flurries at the end of next week.
It's fine.
Cheryl says it's freezing in my house. My daughter turns off the heat because it irritates her eczema. Annoying. Jeez.
I mean,
I can't not have the like when it's cold. I'm cold. Get a tent-sized tarp. You'd be surprised, but I have one. Rosie says I don't even like 72 in the summer. My AC is on until 2 weeks ago. So you're always warm, Rosie. That's why your house is at 60 degrees right now. Tina Bina says we keep it at 49. They live in North Carolina.
Yeah, Tina, that's awesome. Your gas bill's probably like $5.
You guys live in the southern part of North Carolina, don't you? So I think you're a little warmer than we are up here. Cheryl says onesies is what I have to wear. It's awesome. Riblets Gaming says I've been working on my D&D campaign for Monday session. This argument is a fun brain break. It's great. It's this one. What happened on the Pittsburgh Picker podcast? Well, they bickered for about 20 minutes about the furnace. NC Builder, new name for me. Sorry guys, I was building a bed and filming a tutorial. I'm siding with Trash to Cash podcast on this. He's just making new channels like right now. Like he's literally just there's gonna be an
I'm literally dying over the NC Builder.
There's gonna be an NC driver, an NC eater, an NC something or other. It's coming next.
Yeah, he eats all the chicken sandwiches.
That's right. Big and tall onesies. There's no chubby guy that would look good in a onesie. I'm just throwing that out there. Like I would
That's
love to. There's no way.
That's not true. I've seen them and they look cute.
I don't think so.
I do.
I feel like these are I feel like it just wouldn't be a good look. Superfast Tortoise says, isn't today the birthday special or is that later? No, but we were going to talk about that and you're just rushing me, but that's okay. We can talk about it. No, that will be next Thursday. There is no guest for next Thursday. And I
thought it was Saturday.
My birthday is Saturday, yes.
Oh, but you're doing the birthday special on Thursday.
Yeah, because we go live on Sunday. It's Thursday and Sunday would be a day after, and I hate celebrating my birthday a day after my birthday. So we're going to celebrate it before. It's my birthday, and I can do what I want.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so there is no guest on Thursday, and if any of you want to come on, send me an email, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I'll get you a link. You can come on, say hi. You can stay the whole time. You can not. Doesn't really matter. We can only have 9 people on, and having more than 4 would probably be really hard to keep up with. But anybody that wants to come on, say happy birthday, whatever. There's not going to be any cake, though. No cake.
There's no?
No, there's no cake. There's no cake. Not Thursday, anyways. There might be cake later.
I got to order that cake still. I keep forgetting.
That's a good one. Mark says, I just throw more dolls in the fireplace.
That's awful.
Riblets Gaming says, I was known for their Arctic blasts. I hate winter here. You should try it. Winter in Pittsburgh. Riblets.
It's fine.
It's miserable.
When was the last time you ever saw me wearing a coat?
Well, no, the problem with Pittsburgh is we're right in that jet stream. So like we hover, we go real cold and then we go above freezing, and then we go real cold and we go above freezing. So then you get like this sloppy mess, and then it all melts and turns to ice, and then the sloppy mess comes back, and it's a disaster most of the time. NC Builder says these are all real. These are all real. Go sub. I make great tutorials. I bet you would. I'm gonna have to check it out. Why don't you should build you?
He built that shelf.
Yeah, that's right. He did build that shelf.
I was like so impressed.
I was trying to think of what it was, and I'm like, yeah, he did. He built that shelf. So
I was like,
I can't believe that.
Shelf.
But you're dedicated to this YouTube thing because that's a lot of channels. But man, that's awesome. Ewell says, doesn't Santa wear a onesie? I don't think so. I thought he had the jacket with the pants. I have a Santa suit, and it was jacket with the pants, but that's my guess. Big Brother at the auction says, greetings and salutations. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. SM Postcard says Sarah's going to roast Adam. That's likely. There's some days where I'm like, why hasn't she killed me yet?
That's true.
No
Even
singing.
said to me the other day, you do put up with what I put up with me, and I said I do.
That's right. It's hard to eat cake through a camera and microphone. Yeah, that's what I said too.
I'm just gonna smash it like directly into the microphone.
I think he was talking about when you said roast. I think he was talking about like a comedy roast.
Yeah.
And that you'd have to prepare material for that. And then he said no singing, meaning you can't sing like the Marilyn Monroe. I almost said Marilyn Manson. The Marilyn Monroe "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" thing. But yeah, I seriously.
First of all, that thing always like grosses me out.
Yeah.
On Breaking Bad.
Yeah, when Skylar sings it to yeah,
it's like
totally
bleh, gross. Yeah. It's like cringy.
Yeah, that's right.
If anyone has ever seen that, which I'm assuming you have, some people.
Yikes! We will stay at negative 20 to 30 for days in a row. No.
Wow, that's cold.
I don't know if I'd prefer that over the sloppy mess we get or not, but probably not, because once you get down below negative 10, things start to freeze. Like when you walk out and it's so cold, you breathe in, you can feel the ice crystals form in your nose. That's awful.
Yeah, that's a weird feeling.
A birthday roast. I don't know. Do I want to cry on my birthday? I feel like you guys might go after me pretty bad. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Maybe. Probably. If I had enough to drink, I could do it. But sober, I'd probably feel pretty crappy.
No, I would never.
He says, I think she has enough material already. Oh, she does.
Yeah, I picked up another shirt that wasn't in the hamper this afternoon.
Surfmer says, where will you order Adam's cake from, Sarah?
Oh, from Dairy Queen.
Yeah, we've already talked. I've already picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just got to go get it. So.
Yeah.
But that will not be, we won't be eating that live. Can you imagine? It's like the birthday special. No, this cake's great. That would be the worst thing ever. Let's just watch two people eat cake.
I've seen people eat on lives, and let me tell you, it is a pet peeve of mine.
It'll be like, hey, Surfmer, welcome. This cake's good. Yeah, no, it would be bad. No, there will not be any cake on Thursday, but yeah, we'll just do I don't know, whatever. Anybody wants to come on, say happy birthday. Normally we'll just chat and do what we do. Like, we haven't even talked about reselling, or we have. We talked about List Perfectly and how we bailed on List Perfect, and that's about as far as we got. I do have something I do want to talk about though, because I'm still irritated at this guy, the clothing guy today.
Oh yeah.
So we had a guy buy a whole bunch of Puma and Nike stuff off of us. 6 things to be exact. 6 things. Bought them 3.5 days ago. And then messaged us this morning when it was 4 hours left to the 4-hour or the 4-day marker, and was like, hey, can I pay you tomorrow? And we're like, no. In fact, you have exactly 4 hours before we cancel this order. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll pay you later today. And we're like, yeah, okay. We've heard that 3 times now, because every time we sent him a payment reminder, he was like, I'll pay tomorrow, today, or tonight. Gee, he sent me 2 messages that said the exact same thing. I will pay you tonight or tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then he started off the whole transaction complaining about how expensive our shipping was. That was how the whole transaction started, was him just like, oh, your shipping's expensive. We're like, it's shipping, dude. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then he put it off. And then today I was like, look, here's how it's going to go down. At noon, 12:10 to be exact, all your stuff's getting canceled. And if we don't cancel it, eBay's going to cancel it hours later. So that's what's going to happen. And he paid literally 35 minutes before that deadline. So the eBay layaway program was in full effect today.
He was mad about that. He was real mad.
Yeah,
I was getting mad too.
He wanted to pay at his leisure. Like, he just, like, whenever I get around to it, it's like, yeah, you're tying up 7 of our things or 6 of our things. Yeah, it's fine.
I was like, oh, maybe I'll go pull them all so I'm ready when he does pay. And then I'm like, I'm not going through all those different bins looking for all this stuff when he's probably not going to buy it. Then I got to put it all back.
Mark, I suggest you watch the first part of the what's sold video on Wednesday for throwing things, because there's a couple tosses in there for you. Fartsack Jack says, yo, what's up, Fartsack Jack? JD says, I think you guys should reach out to someone big and see if they will come for Adam's birthday. Howard Stern. Oh, you did get Craigslist Hunter. It's worth a shot. Yeah, I don't like begging because that's what I'd be doing. Please come on for my birthday. Howard Stern would be amazing, but he's not going to come on a dinky YouTube channel. That's for sure.
Never know.
And if he did, I would literally say nothing the entire time because I'd be so nervous. So that would be crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We could try, but I don't know that anybody would want to. I mean, I don't know. NC Picker's here. He can come on. He's big. That would be awesome.
I want NC Builder. I don't want NC Picker.
Yeah, we want NC Builder, not NC Picker. But yeah. we want NC Builder and Tina Bina. That's our big guess. SM Postcard says cancel, goodbye, send them to the
beep.
Rosie said, let's take bets about return requests.
Oh man, yeah. I didn't even think
I don't know about that because they're all new stuff. Like there's really nothing he can complain about. I mean, he could try if he wants, but
they're all size small too. And we don't sell a lot of size small of anything, really.
Yeah.
And those have been sitting for a while. So when he started buying all the smalls, I was like, yeah, buy them. I was just like accepting his offers to get them out of here. But maybe he's really a size medium and he doesn't know.
However, that whole situation did lead me to think about why another reason eBay can't do the whole Macari thing, because you can't combine anything on Macari. If somebody buys 35 ornaments off of, they have to pay shipping for 35 ornaments, unless you talk to them prior and make a listing for them, which we've done before. And that also didn't work out very well because she took 4 days to buy it. Mm-hmm. But that's another reason, because if you accept all those offers, then it's going to charge your card for all those offers. So the only way to really combine shipping would be to do it, to refund everything, which is fine, but that may be another reason they're not doing it. Big Brother at the Auction says, people that complain about shipping fees spend too much time on Amazon. That's for sure. But the problem is Amazon's not very good at all anymore. Like, so even if you're not paying shipping, you're waiting 6 days for some things. So who is this guy? He's giving us money now. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Sponsored by Trash for Cash podcast, the only podcast for trash and cash. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate it. That's awesome. Surfmer says Howard Stern's wife's from Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's right. Beth is from Pittsburgh. Maybe he'll be visiting the in-laws.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Beth is from Pittsburgh. Who would have thought? She doesn't sound like she's from Pittsburgh. That's for sure. But yeah, no, his wife is from Pittsburgh. He has been here a couple times. He was he had an event at the Grand Concourse and then something else with her and her in-laws. She did some kind of work for Animal Friends here or something like that. She's a big animal person. So yeah, you never know. If you guys see Howard on here on Thursday, just talk to him, because I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna be like, Patient Picker says, hate when you don't get paid for an auction, waited 6 days. Yeah, those are the worst. That's one of the reasons we don't do auctions very much anymore, because that is the worst part of an auction, is whenever people are like, oh, hey, yeah, that's awesome. I want to pay you on Friday. And you're like,
no.
Really? Great. Superfast Tortoise said, Adam, you said you were turning 41, but you don't look a day over 40. Thanks. How do you do it? Honestly, I thought you were in your mid 30s. The camera. It's all about the camera. If you saw me in person, I look old.
No, he doesn't.
I don't.
He's got a baby face.
I do have a baby face. That's one of the reasons the beard never gets shaved off. Because if I shave this beard off, you guys be like, "Who's that 12-year-old on Adam's?"
I never saw him without a beard.
No, and she probably won't.
Maybe in a picture, like a long time ago. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you've seen pictures. But.
Yeah, but not like we've never been together when you didn't have a beard.
I have a baby face. And I'm one of those people that has to shave constantly, because I like by 4:30 I have a 5 o'clock shadow, so it's just too much work. So whatever.
Yeah, he never does shave, which
Now,
is great because
I
there's no
do
hair all over the place.
I do love the you thought I was in my mid 30s. That's cool because I still act like it. So, but yeah, I am definitely baby face. But I think
Guys,
the gray is starting to show the age though.
and
Yeah.
get some just for men and just like brush it in.
No, I think it would look weird.
I would too. I like the gray. I think it's hot.
Rosie says, I mean, they could just be like they could just be like posh where you put it. I can't read today. My eyes are going
they could just be like posh where you put it all into a bundle and send a group offer.
Yeah. Yeah, that would work. But I feel like a lot I feel can't talk now. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even bother to do it. That's the biggest problem. I like with Posh, we've had people make bundles and then like I've gone in to give them an offer and it's like the bundle's empty and I'm like, but they made a bundle. Like how can you make a there's nothing in
It's
the
an
bundle.
empty bundle.
It's an empty bundle. That's great. Big Brother at the auction says, you're not getting old, you're just turning into a classic. I know I'm turning vintage.
He's vintage.
My
friend got me a glass for my 40th birthday last year that said vintage 1980.
You guys want to hear something funny? Sarah's older than me. Mm-hmm. By like, she turned 40. Her birthday's in February.
Yeah, so I'm already 41, guys.
That's right. She's old.
Sad.
Cougar. SM Postcard says you can put a diaper on that face. Yeah. Okay. That's probably true.
I have some diapers in here, actually.
That's right. Cabbage Patch diapers. That would look great.
They're actual real diapers.
Somebody commented, and I hope they're in the chat today. I can't remember who it was, but somebody commented on my last What Sold video, and they said that was the coolest comment. And it was like, my husband calls you the Cabbage Patch Whisperer. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, it's weird that a guy that looks like me is the Cabbage Patch Whisperer, but it's still pretty cool. That's because we just sell all those Cabbage Patches.
The sales have been down a little bit on them though lately.
For the Cabbage Patch, yeah. Sarah's been sad.
And I have a whole box that I won off Hybid that Adam's like today. He's like, aren't you gonna open it? And I'm like, I can't open it yet because I have all of this.
I'm gonna let Sarah vent a little here, but we had 2 returned, and then one, some lady moved and didn't change her address and then yelled at us about it. She was like, my post office said they sent it back. And I'm like, it says in the tracking that you moved and didn't give them your forwarding address. And she was like, yeah, but I didn't get my order. And it's like,
well, that's why.
What do you want your post office to just drive down the street and try to find you? Like, whatever. I'm like, I'll refund it when it comes back. And she's like, okay. So 3 Cabbage Patches have come back, but 2 of them were returned. And so I'm going to let Sarah tell you why.
Yeah, because this person said they had too many Cabbage Patch Kids and they got Cabbage Patch Kids for their birthday. How do you have too many Cabbage Patch Kids? Oh, actually, though, that you can. There's this crazy lady. Let me see if I can find a picture and show you guys real quick. She has like a farm, her and her husband, and she's like, my husband is telling me I need to take all my Cabbage Patches and put them into storage. Because this is look, you guys have to see real quick. This is what her house looks like. This is no joke, guys.
Is this an eBay customer?
No.
Yeah.
This is somebody on Vintage Cabbage Patch Restoration.
Yeah.
Guys, that's her house.
A lot of Cabbage Patches. That's what this house is going to look like sooner or later.
What is that? Now, if you're returning a Cabbage Patch Kid and you have that many Cabbage Patch Kids in your house, fine. I understand. But I doubt it was that bad.
Maybe it was her. Patient Picker says, you're giving away any stale merchandise for Halloween trick-or-treaters. That'd be funny. We don't get them. We get none.
We're going to our friend's house.
The first year we moved here, we got 1. And that was only because I was standing in the driveway and they kind of looked at me and I'm like, yeah, here, come on, have some candy. And I like dumped half the bag in there because we didn't get anybody.
Yeah, he was so sad because he was like waiting for them. And I wanted them too. And it was real sad.
I think I may have gone over this comment already, but I'll do it anyways. Again, if I shaved my beard, my wife would divorce me. Super fast. Patient Picker says give away some of those Amazon returns tomorrow. It's a good idea, except for the
They're still in my trunk.
Yeah, they are.
I have to get them out of there.
The inappropriate what are those croc charms?
Oh yeah, those are not good.
The WAP croc charms. So weird.
Isn't it WAP?
No, that's a derogatory comment towards. Great. We just got kicked off of YouTube.
Sorry, I don't know what any of this stuff means, guys. I don't watch TV.
No,
you didn't watch the Grammys. Like
WA. It's WAP, and it stands for something we can't even say. So we'll just leave it at that.
Okay, I know what that means now, and I know what the other one means. I'm sorry, guys.
But I can't believe they had croc charms that said that. Rosie says if they were already buying 6 things, it would have saved them shipping. Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very. It's true, and I think they could do it. Big Brother at the auction says, you guys are youngsters. Thanks. That makes me feel better. Rosie says, also people add things to bundles to see if you have a bundle discount, or they are scrolling through your closet and add it to see what it's like and then delete it if they don't want to buy it. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Superfast Tortoise says, my wife robbed the cradle, won't say ages, but she still looks better than me. Isn't that always the case though? We most men don't age well. Those returns is just a warm up for the issues I think is going to go on with the USPS later this year. Oh yeah, without a doubt. I don't think it's going to be horrid. I think it's going to be about as bad, if not slightly worse than last year. But I think everybody's got enough of a warning this time around that it might be at least tolerable. But I'm not 100% on any of that because you never know. It could be 50 times worse than it was last year, and we'll be mailing records out in December, and they won't get there till March. But
that's true.
I mean, we had that one record that we mailed out on like December 4th or something, and it got to them on January 12th. It's like, wow, not only did you miss Christmas by a mile, but it took you over a month to get a record from here to Florida or something. So yeah,
that's a long
craziness.
time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so yeah. And, what was it? I was going to talk about something and I just completely lost my train of thought. So we could talk about Cabbage Patches again. Sarah got a shipment of Cabbage Patches in from Shop Goodwill, and she's pretty excited about it.
No, they're from High Bid.
Oh, they're from High Bid? Oh, yeah. Is that the
they're the Maryland children.
That's pretty crazy because normally they take forever to ship things.
Oh no, these people were on it. Like they were like on it.
I remember
they were on top of it. I was like, yeah, I need this shipped. They're like, yeah, no problem. We're going to ship it tomorrow. We're going to do this, blah, blah. And that was like Wednesday or something. And yeah, I already have it.
There's, it's better than that liquidator you talked to earlier today. Sarah had to call a liquidator because we won some stuff on a high bid auction that we couldn't go pick up because we were going to another auction. And the lady, she called and she's like, "Hi, this is Sarah. I won some stuff on your auction, but I can't make it." And the lady goes, "Go ahead." Like, wow, you run a business and you're super rude.
And I was like, yeah, I know my address is really close, like literally right across the river, but I'm not going to be able to make it for the pickup time because it was at 1 and we were going to another auction and it was like an hour and a half away and it started at 2. So it just like wasn't going to happen. So she's like, "I'm listening." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, can you just ship it? Because I can't make it." She's like, "Well, you have to pay for shipping."
No problem.
I'm like, "Well, I emailed you like 3 times telling you that I would pay for shipping."
Like,
but
you run a
never
business.
Email me back.
You run a business and you're rude. It's amazing you're still around. Rublets Gaming says that charm is probably mean to represent WAP. It's a dance all over YouTube. It's an old dance that moves really popular. It unfortunately, no. There was other things on the charm that indicated that it was not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So no, it was for what it stood for at the Grammys. For sure. It didn't just say those 3 letters. It had some other stuff on it. So Superfast Tortoise says, "I think people will always try to get less from you. It's just so that they can say they got a better deal." Absolutely. We've noticed a difference in Facebook and in eBay since we've run sales. Even if we're inflating the prices to mark it down 20%, it doesn't really matter. People still buy more. So Rosie just said I went through and changed all my media mail off media mail. I'm not going to risk it until after the holidays. Yeah,
Smart.
it's a good idea. The problem with media mail doing things outside of media mail is if you get like a set of books or a couple records or something, it's going to cost you $10 to ship a record across the country. And that's or if you get like 3 or 4 books that weigh 10 pounds, it's going to be ridiculously expensive to ship it. So we'll roll with it until probably December, and then start letting people know that things are just it's a crapshoot. Big Brother at the auction says, as the name implies, I will be going to a 10K plus doll auction next weekend. 2 days, video to
Wow.
Whoa. When you say 10K, is it like a total of $10,000 worth of dolls, or they're dolls worth more than $10,000?
Or 10,000 dolls.
10,000 dolls. Okay, so there's 10,000 dolls.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of dolls.
That's a lot of dolls, and maybe you should not tell us where it is, because then we'll have to go. SM Postcard says, I've changed all my shipping to priority mail for non-postcards. No more first class for me. Unfortunately, we can never get rid of first class, because that's like, I'd say 75% of our listings. Wow, that's sad. And she's talking about the charm. Trish is here. She says, I'm here. Been deer hunting. Is it deer season already there? It's not here yet, is it? Next week?
I don't know.
I think it's next week for us.
I think it's
not a big hunter.
Isn't it
I thought it was
the Monday after Thanksgiving?
It might be. Well,
I think I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a big hunter. It's Time says, I bought 4 Cabbage Patch just by watching you guys. 2 have silky hair. They are 70s and 80s. 1 is a boy with a suit. I've cleaned them, just don't know how to price.
Oh yeah, the silky hair is the corn silk kids, and those are worth more. Now, if the silky hair is in good condition, then they're worth more. Now, if it's not in good condition, then it's not going to be worth as much. The silky ones usually probably about 35. It just depends. Like, look on eBay, look at sold comps, because if they have 1 tooth, it's worth more. Sometimes if they have 1 tooth and 2 dimples, it's worth more.
If you get stuck, Sarah has an Instagram. It's called The Daily Cabbage.
The Daily Cabbage. Come check it out.
Get Daily Cabbage, and I'm sure if you reach out to her, she'll be more than willing to help.
Yeah, and I can also give you a site that tells you all of the dates and the color signatures on the butt, and like all the factories and stuff.
If you can't find her Instagram for some reason, which I'm sure you can if you look really hard, but you can reach out to me too, and we'll certainly help you guys. No problem there. Trish says, what are we talking about? A lot. We had to recap the show so far. We had an argument about the thermostat, and we talked about the McRib for a minute. NC Builder and NC Picker and Trash for Cash podcast had an argument. Tina Bina is here, which she was getting hit on, and now we're on to eBay returns and liquidators being rude to Sarah earlier today. That's a show in a nutshell. A rural squirrel is here. I think of you every time I see Cabbage Patch out at the bins now. I wish our bins had.
They do have cabbage. We did get Cabbage Patch there.
Once or twice.
Yeah, more than that. We used to get them, and they would be just like naked, and that was before I really got into it. And I just wash them and sell them nude.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I fix those kids.
Yeah. Trish Owen says in Georgia. I imagine that's. She's. Yeah, I knew you were in Georgia, but I didn't know if deer hunting season started for you yet. Rural Squirrel says a lady found a cabbage. Yesterday, a lady found a Cabbage Patch Kids of the World still in the box at the bins in Reno.
Wow.
This one was a kid from Norway.
That's crazy.
We had the one.
The World Traveler.
Yeah, the China. World Traveler from China. Those are cool though. Where's the bins in Reno? I'm trying to think. I've been there so many times. I love Reno. It's one of my favorite little towns. Mainly because it has casinos, but Super Fast Tortoise says, so when are you going to write a Cabbage Patch Pittsburgh Picker theme song? I feel like you now are the natural thing to do. No, I'm not a songwriter or a singer.
I'm not a songwriter.
No, I think it would be very, very, very bad. There's no part of this voice that would be a good singer. That's
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think so.
I,
You like whenever we first started going out, you would sing like Hootie and the Blowfish.
yeah, but his voice works with my voice because he's got a really deep voice. But if I
Yeah.
had to sing like Queen or something, it wouldn't work. Or AC/DC would be
Well,
bad for
you
me.
can make it whatever you want because it's your Cabbage Patch song.
That's true. I could just do like a Hootie and the Blowfish version of Cabbage Patch.
Yeah.
I can't even think of a parody with one of his songs now. I'm trying to. But
You got work to do.
It's not going to happen. There for a couple reasons. One, I'll probably get a copyright strike. And two, I'm not much of a singer. That night, even with my videos, I become a little obsessive with audio, and no. That's why we didn't do the podcast for very long, because it just took so long for me to edit each one because I couldn't stand the dead air. Because it's easy to get on these you can have a little bit of time to have dead air because people know you're still there because you're moving. But like on podcasts, I had to cut out like all the dead air, and it just I would get so wrapped in it, I'd never get it done. And then I'd have to figure out how to sing it, and I can't sing. I'm not one for the karaoke either. Have you ever did karaoke? I don't think we've ever had this all important conversation. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
No.
You know how I sing.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know if you ever everybody got I got real drunk one time at a bar and did Love Shack with a bunch of people.
No, I never got that.
That didn't work out very well. But yeah, I mean, it's happened before, but it doesn't happen often. My friends used to do Pearl Jam and stuff like that, like sober, and I'm like, no, not a singer. Whirl Squirrel says, "Do you do thrift trips when you headed out to Denver?" Well, no, we don't have any plans. I can't stand flying into Denver. That's the worst airport to fly into. Second to Reno. Reno's bad too, but Denver, I've been to Denver several times, and that approach is rough, and then the takeoff is even worse. But flying over the Rockies isn't fun either. But
is it because of the elevation?
The elevation has a lot to do with it, and then they have to take a sharper angle in and a sharper angle out because there's mountains all around it.
Yeah.
So Vegas is kind of like that too if you're going west. But if you're going
great.
east, we're not going west. We're going east.
Okay.
There's no mountains over there.
Whatever you say.
We do we have, but only local thrift trips. We had planned a few right around the last year, whenever whatever happened, and we haven't since, because we just get so wrapped up in what we're doing here that we just can't.
And then we just want to plan vacations instead, like that are actual real, not work.
Yeah. We already have 3 vacations planned for next year. Yeah. It's a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
3 vacations.
When you work 7 days a week, you deserve it, right? I mean,
yeah.
It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, we do plan to have some thrift trips coming up, because I would like to have, a series of videos that's just one big like, well, not the whole thing, but like a series of videos about a trip, because I've seen a few people do that, and I actually think that's really entertaining to see them
I agree.
drifting out of their element. And that, unfortunately, you get into the kind of the rhythm and you go to the same places all the time, and that can be a little stale sometimes. So someday we certainly will. But if you're ever in Pittsburgh, Rural Squirrel, let us know and we'll meet up. Trish says, do you have any luck with troll dolls? I have some to list. Yeah.
We sold one troll.
We don't really source them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we have one on right now.
We have the big one.
Yeah, the treasure troll.
Yeah. We have, to be honest with you, we haven't really ever looked for them. I don't know. Maybe. I imagine the original ones are worth a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
That seems like a niche market that people would collect stuff, but
yeah.
No. Anybody else in the chat ever had luck with troll dolls? I'm curious now too. Cheryl says, it's rough landing in Denver and I hate flying. Denver's airport's a little confusing too, but yeah, it is rough landing in Denver. Depending on what side of the country you're coming from, it can be worse. If you're coming from the West Coast and you fly over those mountains, actually the Rockies are on both sides, so it doesn't really matter, but it's turbulent. to say
Oh,
the
great.
least. It's in Denver. We're not going to Denver. We're going to
I thought you
Vegas.
said there were other
No,
mountains.
we're gonna miss.
No.
We're gonna miss. They go around the Rockies when they go to the West Coast. They don't go over the Rockies.
Whatever, guys.
You don't want to go over the Rockies. The Rockies get a little bumpy. And Cheryl loves thrifting in Colorado. I could see that. Colorado could be a good thrift town. I think Pittsburgh's a good thrift town. I was talking to SM Postcards after the live about it, and Pittsburgh's a good thrift town because we have a lot of those people. We have a lot of collectors here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of, even the younger generations do it. Like, it seems like there's a lot of people in this town that live here, don't ever move, die here, and they collect things. And just seems like there's a lot of that around. So we do have a good thrifting industry. But some of the thrifters are starting to get a little greedy, but that's okay.
Yeah, when you see things at a thrift store and they cost like $100,
yeah,
like that's crazy.
I saw somebody's Instagram. They were at a Goodwill, and it was like 5 of those Beanie Babies, the Beanie Babies of the world or whatever.
Oh, God.
And Goodwill had a $299 price tag on it.
Like the Canada one or whatever?
Yeah, it was like the Canada,
God.
the England one. And I think the Princess Diana one was in there or something. And it was like $300 for 4 Beanie Babies or something. And you're like, what a deal. Because they sell for like $4,000 a piece. And that's just
bargain.
That's just Goodwill trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. But yeah, those are every week on that thrift group on Facebook, somebody's like, what am I missing here? And you're like, you're missing a lot.
I don't like that group very much.
I have it for comedic purposes at this point because some of the stuff people find and think they're going to flip. Somebody had a whole bunch of Hummel dolls or Hummel figures, and they were like, look at this score. And you're like, no.
Yeah, they're really not. I mean, I don't know a lot about them, but
we had that. There was that auction where there was like 50 of them there, and we looked up every one of those things, and none of them were really worth that much money.
Yeah, unless you're getting them for like $1.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody getting rich off them, but yeah, that group is always pretty comical with stuff because there's just people that are like, check it out, I found a sealed Fantasia VHS tape, and you're like, well, sealed might be worth money.
Some, yeah.
I don't know.
We have a couple on there right now, and they just must not be popular.
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd luck out, but we haven't.
I just don't understand. I still will never understand that.
The sealed VHS tape thing. I think the VHS tape, the sealed VHS tapes are more valuable because VHS tapes wear. And then not only do they wear, but if they sit for long times, they mold. So when they're sealed, it's pretty unlikely that will happen. I think that's part of it. And I think the other part of it is just nostalgia. I think you got people that are my age that are collecting things.
But like, they take up room. Who owns a VCR?
No one. They're not going to watch it.
Tell me.
They're not going to watch it.
What?
They're gonna get it graded, and they're gonna think it's worth it. It's okay. Think of it this way: in the 90s,
so dumb, guys.
In the 90s and early 2000s, those Beanie Babies were worth a fortune, right? And they were selling for crazy money and all kinds of stuff, and people were buying them, and they're like, "You're gonna hold on to them. They're gonna be worth a ton of money later in life." Now look at them. They're worth $3, $4.
Yeah.
You can't even give them away half the time. And that's the same thing that will happen with stuff like this is people will get stuff graded. They'll have this graded VHS tape sitting on their shelf talking about how much money there is. And then when they die, their kids are going to inherit it and they're going to try and sell it. And it's going to be worth nothing.
Right.
So
I know.
Is what it is.
It really bothers me, to be honest with you.
It does. Rosie says, for everything they've priced up that doesn't make sense there's something they priced so low because they don't know what it is. Yeah. I don't get it either. And they sometimes, I mean, we're lucky because in our area, we have our Goodwills aren't too bad with stuff like that. Like they do sometimes overprice things, but it's never anything crazy. But I don't know. I've seen other areas where like Goodwill will be asking like $400 for, or like $100 for a Nintendo or something, and it's like,
Yeah.
give it a rest. But and Rosie says that's what I love about the thrift. It keeps it interesting, that's for sure. SM Postcard says, when I worked in Germany, I was asking there where I could buy a Hummel for my mom. I was saying it wrong. They said I was asking where to buy my mom a dead goat. So you and JFK have made, is it yeah, JFK said I'm a jelly donut instead of I'm a Berliner. So
That's
apparently
funny.
that's right. I
Wow.
wanted to buy my mom a dead goat and bring it back to the United States. The Beanie Babies, I imagine, Trish, I see way more of those than cabbies. Yeah.
Do you really?
Mark says we gave Beanie Babies and McDonald's toys out for Halloween. Was it this Halloween or in the 90s? Because in the 90s you were giving away gold, but this Halloween, yeah, that's awful. That's worse than the lady that gives out raisins.
You like raisins?
I do like raisins, but not when I'm out for the candy. Like when I was a kid, I mean, Halloween is awesome, and when you're a kid because you get a bunch of free candy, and then there's that one lady that's like giving out candy or giving out raisins. Everybody had the raisin lady on their
Oh
door.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
We all got those little Sun-Maid boxes. Blech.
A friend of mine a couple
A
years ago
shriveled up grape. What even is that?
A friend of mine told me that last year or a couple years ago, I don't know, this is probably when I first moved here, said there was a lady on his block giving the kids toothbrushes instead of candy.
Well, I mean,
you know what you're asking for there?
hygiene is important.
You're asking for shaving cream on your car and toilet paper all over your trees at that point. That is just rude. I mean, I'm sure the parents appreciate it, but the kids don't. He said no, the last few years this has been happening. That's
Wow.
a generous treat. You are worse than that. And pencils. Oh yeah, the lady that gave out the pencils with that. I think the pencil lady and the raisin lady are the same people. I think they always gave out
pencils and raisins.
The other thing that never worked well was whenever you got to there and they had like those little like pumpkin looking sacks of stuff.
I love those.
Yeah, but what was in there was always trash. Like it was always either they
worked hard on
those peanuts, those well, I don't even know what they taste like.
What kind of neighborhood did you live in?
Oh God, it was all but those. You know what I'm talking about? Those peanuts. I don't even know, the circus peanuts.
Oh, the orange ones.
Yeah. There was all those were in there, and then those like the taffy looking things that were like orange black taffy looking things that were twisted.
Oh, I love those. The peanut butter kisses. Oh, I want to go get some of those tomorrow. Now
this is like wax paper. This is like wax. Oh, those are terrible. No, because one of them's black licorice
in the middle.
No, one of them's black licorice.
Adam, I don't think you know what you're talking about.
The bags always have crappy candy in them. Always. There was never a time where they gave you that little sack. And
I made bags. I made the little sacks at my old house, and I made good ones.
There was always candy corn in there too.
No, I would never. Candy corn is disgusting.
Or the candy corn pumpkin looking things.
No, those are disgusting.
See, I like.
I wouldn't give those to kids.
I actually like candy corn.
Why would you give those to kids?
Superfast Story says, "Rock out the rift found in this."
It's a rap, I think.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to read this. Superfast Tortoise.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Rock out to the rift. Found this at the thrift. Savage the cabbage, ravage the dabbage. Feel the scratch with the cabbage patch and do the wave. The cabbie patch wave.
Oh, well, you put some time into that, buddy. And we'll talk to your wife now. We used to get stickers and small trinket toys on Halloween. I love the surprise of finding something. I love the little plastic. No way. Things. You were out for the candy. Anytime you got anything else,
I like the trinket toys.
That was going right in the trash.
But then again, I'm also like, I like that trinkety stuff. But I'm also obsessed with like hotel toiletries. So So like,
We got we got into our hotel room when we stayed at the winery, and the first thing she did was steal the sewing kit and the shampoo and the body wash, all gone. We at one point when we got back from Myrtle Beach, I noticed that a couple rolls of toilet paper made it into our house from the condo in Myrtle Beach. So Sarah's a klepto when she goes on vacation. All of a sudden, like she's not a klepto any other time, but she goes on vacation.
They give you those to use, Adam.
Yeah, but toilet paper from a hotel is garbage, and you brought it home.
But it's free.
God. It sounds like everybody's watching us for tips on reselling and stuff, and we're like, we got free toilet paper, so maybe I shouldn't be paying attention to them because they have to get free toilet paper.
They don't have to, but it saves a couple bucks. Okay,
whatever. Rosie says, on my street growing up, they would have gift bags with McDonald's or friendly coupons with candy finger traps. I miss that. Yeah, I do remember those as well. Yeah, I think we had those.
I remember the coupons.
Yeah. Jimmy says, in the homemade popcorn balls. I'm going to tell you what, when I was a kid, I hated popcorn balls, but as an adult, I would be thrilled to get a homemade popcorn ball.
I don't know about homemade. They might put like razor blades and needles in it.
That was another thing I was thinking about. I always think about the stupidest things. So like, I think me and Jim were talking about this a while back. And like when we were kids, you used to have to search all the candy for holes because somebody would put drugs in them
or needles.
Well, we heard drugs.
And
as an adult, here's my thought process. There is not a single person that either one uses drugs or two sells drugs that would put them in a candy for free. There's no way that ever happened. Like there wasn't one case of somebody being like, yep, got a Snickers bar, heroin in it. Like it didn't happen.
Ours supposedly had needles or razor blades in them.
I've heard that, and that makes somewhat of sense.
So like, were your parents like my mom was always like cutting our Reese cups in half to make sure?
No,
they were,
my mom just checked the package. My mom just checked the package to make sure the package wasn't tampered with. Yeah. But like, I specifically remember saying that she was like, yeah, people are slipping drugs into candy. And I'm like, no, they're not. Like nobody's giving away drugs for free to kids.
Yeah.
This is not happening. Well, this live's gone off the rails. William says, I love the circus peanuts. I do not. Chewing those is difficult.
They're supposed to be soft though.
Not to be outdone though. Superfast Tortoise says, I love black licorice. No, my grandmother used to eat that stuff by the pound.
It's so nasty.
No, can't do it. SM postcards next year. We'll give out crappy postcards. So
Niagara Falls.
I see what you're trying to do here. You're just trying to get kids not to come back to your house. That's what you're doing. Trish has a VCR. She says, I keep my VCR just in case. In case of
smart.
What?
Oh, in case she needs to watch a tape, you should go on our eBay store. We have one about trains.
That's right. And we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh no, we don't.
We have a couple.
Yeah. Mandy's here. She says, oh my God, I'm dying. We went to Sam's Club and Jim wanted to get raisins as an option for toddlers. I almost rolled on the floor laughing. That was literally 3 hours ago. Oh, Jim. Riblets Gaming says, me too, Sarah. I love the little freebies. Fast Tortoise said, I had parents that did not let the kids do Halloween. Oh. Fail. No, that's not good. We used to go around our neighborhood. It was fun. Like we had a blast. And then like anybody that gave us crappy stuff, we'd toilet paper their house.
Guys, do you remember this? The people that give out cans of pop. Did you ever have that?
That was the worst for two reasons. Number one, it was always the generic crap or like
Faygo. It was Faygo.
Or the one that just says cola on it.
Faygo
and the other
cola.
thing is that you'd have to lug that stupid thing around for the rest of the night. And if more than one person did it, you'd have two cans in there.
Yeah.
And that was
my mom brought like a container, so we gave them to her. So she I'm sorry, can of soda, because people that don't live in Pittsburgh don't call it pop. I say can of pop. But
I think everybody knows what pop is.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, my my mom would always take it for us because she didn't want us to be burdened by those cans of sugary drinks that were
That's right.
also
And
very heavy
they
for
also
5-year-old
disappeared.
arms.
And I think they disappeared before the end of the night. Riblets Gaming says Tortoise and I sit here and have the same arguments as you. Sometimes I feel like we are a lot like you do. I could believe that.
Do you guys run around the house punching each other? Because we do that.
Yeah, that sounded bad. We don't haymaker each other. Like I don't walk by Sarah and punch her in the face. No,
we just like punch each other like playfully.
That's right. Yeah, we just beat the crap out of each other when we're not on camera. Superfest.
Oh man,
this is just a disaster. Superfast Tortoise says if Riblets and I find a VCR, we'll use it. Yeah, I could see that. Mark with the one hitters. Mark from SM Postcard says I use my VCR's flashing time as a nightlight. Yeah, but then you got to time it. You got to move only when the light's on. Rosie says I always have something for the allergy kids. It's usually stuff from the death pile. Rosie's handing out Cabbage Patches and Beanie Babies. Probably not Cabbage Patches though. Lisa says I vividly remember being warned about razor blades and needles and pins.
yes.
We were terrified to eat our candy. Parents' lies to steal our candy. I could see that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. What? Rosie says yes, and they would also give out pizza slices and soda.
I never got a pizza slice.
I never got pizza slices. That would have been amazing.
Did they always just throw it in the bag?
Slice of pizza. Oh, but that's awesome. That would be I would go to that house a couple times. I'd switch costumes to go back. But our cans of pop were always or soda were always the small ones too, like the half ones.
Did they make those back then?
Yeah, as far as I remember. I always remember picking those things.
Size.
I don't remember.
And Huggies. Did you guys ever get Huggies?
Oh yeah, Huggies. Lots
Not
of
the
Huggies.
diapers, the drinks.
The hugs, yeah. The basically flavored sugar water. Mm-hmm. Rosie said they'd have party-sized pizzas on the deck and you grab it as you walked out. That's amazing.
Wow.
That
Were you trick-or-treating at like some kind of resort?
Yeah. What kind of neighborhood did you live in?
I know. I want to go there.
I know. Do they still do it? Because we might have to take a road trip. Riblets Gaming says, my dad used to go through our candy for safety reasons. I remember out the candy pile would get a lot smaller. Later, I found out he took all the good candy parents of the 70s kids. Eye rolls. Oh, safety reasons.
I don't even think my parents, I don't know. Maybe my mom ate my candy, but my dad, he wasn't a candy kind of guy.
You know how I am when it comes to sugar. I had my eye on my mother when she was sorting through those things. So there was never a time.
Well, she likes the candy too.
It's never a time where a Snickers bar went missing on my watch. I can tell you that. She does like the candy. Dark County Picker says, man, that would be the first house on my list. Yeah, that would be the first house on my list.
I just sit there and eat their whole pizza.
That's right. Yeah, I just sit on the deck and be like, hey, I have its pizza. I don't need the candy. Be fine. You guys got anything to drink? Superfast Tortoise says, every year I trick-or-treated on the way home from school, dressed up and had to explain door to door why I was trick-or-treating at 3 p.m. It worked. Told my mom the candy was from school.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's smooth. That's smooth. That's more. That's a better plan than I would ever come up with. I would have just cried or something and then tried to get my mom to let me go. But Halloween was always the most fun because, kids of the 80s, it was different, Parents never were around. They were like, yeah, go ahead. See you later.
If you watch the Halloween movies, all those kids are just literally running around the street getting candy. Their parents aren't even with them. Michael Myers is like running through the neighborhood.
He doesn't run. He's not running.
That's true.
There's no run. He's walking slowly.
Somehow he catches up
to you. But yeah,
stabbing people.
When we were kids, it was always the same thing. Like it was just like, yeah, all right, don't go down past this street. And we were like, all right, see ya. And then we'd come back at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like
it's not that long now. It's like it stops on like after like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever. I mean, that's tis the 80s. We didn't use seatbelts either. So I grew up on a dead end street in a small town that thought I was that thought it was still the 80s. It was the early 2000s, but the older couples would go all out. It was pretty awesome. Like,
Yeah.
the dead end streets are always the best. I grew up in a cul-de-sac, so like we would go up the hill and down the other side, and then there was like a street that connected the two streets, and so we just hit that little horseshoe the whole time. And I remember specifically where the lady with the raisins lived at the end of the cul-de-sac, so you could actually skip her house with no problem. You just cut down the street and done. No raisins.
Poor raisin lady. She's just trying to get you healthy.
Raisins. I mean, I like raisins, but
We know.
not that day. SM Postcard says I was unsupervised from the day I was born. I believe that.
Out of the womb and just bye.
Well, I mean, like those what am I thinking of? Those station wagons we had in the 80s with that seat that faced backwards. Like, there's nothing safe about that thing. Nothing.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember the station wagons with the door on the back and the window that rolled down, and then the seat that faced backwards?
Oh, so yeah, I remember those station wagons, but there was no seat in the one I was in. I just rolled around in the back.
Yeah, some of them had a seat that you pulled up and you could look backwards, and it was like they had these just a lap belt. Nobody ever wore it, and then you basically just made faces at the people behind you.
Oh yeah, I used to do that all the time, and I used to like be
just
sitting in
rolled
the
around
back.
in the trunk.
Yeah. My grandparents used to pick us up every Friday, me and my sister, and take us to their house. And I thought, like, it's cool we're going to our grandparents. Little did I know at that time it was just my parents trying to get rid of us for like a night.
That's right. Yeah.
But when they would drive us back the next day, or that evening, me and my sister would be like sitting in the back. I'd always be taking my seat belt off, jumping over the seat, going in the back, rolling around, eating Cheez-Its. Just living my best life.
So specific. You remember that.
I have a picture of myself doing it.
Ribbits Gaming says the best trick-or-treating I ever had was when we lived in Fort Carlson military base. Oh my God, I swear we would hit 200 houses. We filled pillowcases. We never used anything but pillowcases. Yeah, no, the serious trick-or-treaters use the pillowcase.
Absolutely.
Those little plastic buckets, worthless.
No.
Unless your mom's following you with the pillowcase.
Yes.
Then you're okay. Then you can use the plastic. But you could fit like six pieces of candy in those little pumpkins. But
plus your hand would always get like stuck and like mangled.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button, you guys. Pamela tells everybody to do that. So yeah, hit that like button. There's 22 people in here, so all of you, just do it. Pamela says was great for the drive-in theater. I assume she's talking about trick-or-treating at the drive-in, maybe? I don't know. Unless she's at the drive-in right now. Are we on the drive-in movie screen? Because that'd be cool.
We live near the drive-in.
We
theater.
do. Yeah,
we never go there.
Because you don't like watching movies.
I watch Halloween.
Well, they don't have that on the movie.
They might because it's Halloween now.
SM Postcard says we had cars without seatbelts and my mom would throw her arm out. Oh yeah. Our mom would throw her arm out if someone was stopping fast. We still face palm the dashboard. Oh yeah. Yeah. My moms are good with that. I remember my mom used to do that all. Even when we did wear our seatbelt, my mom would do that. But yeah, the mom arm was the only safety mechanism really we used up until like the early 2000s when they started ticketing people for not wearing seatbelts. The station wagons were good for drive-ins. Oh yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, the station wagons would be really good drive-in vehicle. Superfast Order says life is sure different now compared to our youth. Remember the arcade, shopping malls, kids hanging out in public at parks, having to walk everywhere. Now everything is planned. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I miss the arcades. The arcades.
There's one down the road. I told you we should go.
No, that's just a pinball thing.
No, they think they have video games too.
But that's not a true arcade.
We're going.
Okay, we're going. But the arcades were always the place to be. Like that was, if you were a cool kid, like when you went into the mall with your friends, it's like, oh, we'll just all meet at the arcade, and everybody met at the arcade. You go out back outside the doors and smoke cigarettes and just be a bad teenager. So,
I love cigarettes back then.
We here at the Pittsburgh Picker Channel promote smoking, apparently.
Every time I see someone, the auction we were at today, like a lot of the guys that work there smoking, they're outside smoking, and I'm like, man, I just want to smoke a cigarette. But I never do.
Until you try it, and then you're like,
and then you're like,
Rosie
Yes.
says, when I was a kid, we went on a trip with friends, family to DC. Their family took all the seats besides the driver's seat out of a utility van, and we just had 10 people rolling around the back. That is incredibly unsafe, but probably fun.
Yeah.
Superfast Tortoise says, I love the drive-in theater. Saw the first and second Jurassic Park films there. Awesome. Yeah, we have one of the only remaining drive-in theaters in this area still near our
The
house.
dependable drive-in.
Yeah. In fact, they got hit so bad whenever COVID happened that there was someone put a GoFundMe page up there for like 20,000 or something like that, and they blew past that because nobody wanted that drive-in to go out of business. Lisa says, I was born in the 60s. There was no parental supervision. Took the bus downtown to Pittsburgh when I was 12. What the heck? Walked everywhere alone. Had a great sense of danger. I trusted no one. Yeah. We did it too. I mean, when we were 15, we were taking, my mom was just dropping us off at the mall.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, yeah, we're going to meet our friends, and we did drop us off at the mall, and we'd, just hang out at the mall all day. And we go to the food court and get like the cheapest thing on Taco Bell's menu, and because we didn't have any money. And she'd give us a phone card. I remember that.
A phone card?
Well, I had a pager not when I was 15, but when I was like when I was 15, I had a pager, and she gave me a phone card, and that phone card was only supposed to be used for if she paged me so I could call her.
What?
Yeah.
What is this world you live? Guess what my parents had? An 800 number.
Aren't you special?
Yeah.
No, I had a phone card, and I had to call if she paged me, and I never used the phone card for.
I gave my friends when in college, and then when I would come home, I gave my friends 800 number. They would call. My parents would get so pissed.
Pamela said, "Are you going to get a mystery box?" Yes, we are. He went to California, and that guy that she recommended to us. We are planning on doing that. We are a little overloaded at the moment, as you'll see on Monday, but I do plan on reaching out to him again. We haven't had time. It's been a very busy last 3 weeks. Once my birthday's over next week, we're going to talk to him, because we've had the winery, then Halloween, and then my birthday's next week. So whenever we get a little time to breathe, I promise. Yeah. For those of you that weren't here for the beginning of the show, next week there is no guest on Thursday because it is my birthday week. So that any one of you want to come on, say happy birthday, hang out for a little while, you're welcome to. Just send me a message on Instagram and we'll get you a link. Yeah, just see how it goes. It'll probably go a lot like this with no cake. No cake though. I remember as Superfast Tortoise says, I remember the black light, ominous glow of rainbow colors of the arcade. Loud music, a line at the MK machine, which is Mortal Kombat, and he's absolutely correct. Quarters lined up on the machine. That's right. People are rowdy because of the winter. Yeah, we used to do that too. You'd put your quarter up underneath the screen, and that meant you were next.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
The Mortal Kombat machine was the machine too.
I played Virtua Fighter, and I was always Chun-Li or Sarah.
Chun-Li was.
I thought Sarah.
Chun-Li was Street Fighter.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sarah, I think, was Virtua Fighter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. One of the fighters.
You just press buttons.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Rosie says, "Call collect, then tell them where to pick you up on the who is this mess." Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You got to collect call from back of the mall.
That's right.
We used to do that too. 1-800-collect.
Why didn't your parents give you quarters?
My parents said she gave me a phone card, and I used it to call my friends.
I just don't understand. That seems so complicated.
It wasn't. You dialed an 800 number, and then you dialed the number.
I know what it is. I used it before.
That's what she did. That was her thing.
I'm just saying. I bought one before when I was dating this guy overseas, and I used it, and I could talk to him for literally 42 seconds, and then it ran out.
You might as well have just done what Rosie said and called him collect and be like, "Hi." He can call you back. Pamela says, I might have some vintage speakers from the drive-in. Those ones that you hook to your window. I might post them. Those are cool. The ones that just sit there right on the window. Those were cool. And then they went to that like whole radio thing, and now you got to like leave your car an accessory the whole time while you're there, which seems a little sketch, because if you got a weak battery, things could go.
Well, you should maintain your vehicle. You shouldn't have a weak battery.
My plow truck had weak batteries in it, apparently, because they're both dead.
You're the king of weak batteries.
Apparently.
Weak batteries give me anxiety.
You have so many batteries in your car because it's a hybrid. So
I know.
You'll never.
But they'll never
batteries.
get weak. They charge themselves. Plus, I got a warranty. It's all
That's
good.
Right. That's right. Superfast Tortoise says my parents got an 800 number for how cheap it was because all the collect 5-second calls got ridiculous. I didn't know it was that cheap. Huh.
Yeah, my parents, they have that 800 number.
Didn't know.
The number was 1-800-555-Sarah.
Yeah, right. That would have been awesome if it was though. 8675309. Never forget that.
It sure was. I know.
Rosie says they always have jump bags. I worked at one in college. Interesting.
Okay. Smart. They definitely should.
That's a good job for a college student, though, I'll tell you. Because you can come in hungover and nobody's going to care. Your shift doesn't start till real late, so it's not like you have to be there at 6 a.m. Or maybe you do. I don't know. But there's nothing you could do. I mean, unless you're cleaning things at 6 a.m. But
you might be.
That'd be a great job to have in college. Come in hungover, eat all the hot dogs.
I just want to eat those hot dogs.
I can't stop watching Seinfeld on Netflix, and every time that theater one comes in,
I love
Kramer,
that one.
And he's like with Lloyd Braun, and Lloyd Braun's like, "I'll have a hot dog," and the guy's like, "Are you serious? That's been here for like 10 days," and he's like,
"No, it says years or something, doesn't it?"
Yeah, or something. And Kramer eats it, and he's like, "It's interesting texture."
It's a perfectly sane food to eat.
That's right. So funny. I still have to Google how many times Kramer's fell down in Seinfeld. I'm just so curious to know. I know Superfast Tortoise is going to do it now because he's like the king of Google searches. But yeah, I just need to know how many times has Cosmo Kramer fallen down on Seinfeld.
I love it when he comes back from the Price Club and he's carrying all the food. He just falls in the hallway and goes
the beef arena with the beef arena.
Yeah,
that's right. Rosie summered in Cape Cod one summer, and they have a drive-in there. Came in at 3 p.m. That's awesome.
Perfect.
And you stayed the whole summer at Cape Cod. That would be.
She summered there.
That would be a great summer.
We didn't summer. We
never summered anywhere.
I want to summer.
I keep trying to get you to buy a beach house.
Oh yes, Adam. Let me just. Well, maybe if you turn the heat down, we can afford one.
That's right. Rosie says it isn't glamorous. Sarah doesn't care where it is. She just wants to summer somewhere.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I can summer down the road.
Talk to your mom's not on. Why don't you talk to her and tell her to buy a house in Delaware?
I think she thinks it's I think she thinks we're on Sunday.
Yeah,
so
just tell her to buy a house in Delaware, and we'll summer in Delaware.
No, she's on Facebook right now.
No. Rosie said she stayed in a dorm room with 20 people from Eastern Europe.
Wow.
No.
One room? 20 people?
Eastern Europe? That's the bigger problem. Parts of it, depending on what part of Eastern Europe, could be trouble. But yeah, I've never summered anywhere. We used to go to two places. We used to go to Capitola, California for a week, which was a cool little beach town south of San Francisco. And then we used to go to a resort for another couple weeks up north, and that's pretty much all we ever did. Rosie says I wasn't family summering. It was free room and board for cheap wages. Still sounds better than what we did when I was a kid. I went on spring breaks and stuff like that, but never a whole summer.
Yeah, me either.
There's people that we know when we go to, well, we don't know them, but there's people that we know of when we go to Delaware, and they live there during the summer, and then they live somewhere else during the winter, and that would just be awesome. The problem is that with our current line of work, we would need a trailer to summer, because we'd have to take all of this and everything that's downstairs with us.
That would be terrible.
I don't think it would be that bad.
Fine, you carried all up the steps.
No, I mean, you don't really need to. Just leave it all locked in the trailer.
No, you got to get it into the trailer, Adam.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out. I think if we can afford to actually own a beach house somewhere, I think that part won't really be an issue. I think we'll figure it out.
You're probably right.
Yeah. I think we'll be able to figure that
Oh,
out.
our shipping turnaround is not 2 business days; it's 2 business months.
That's right. Yeah. Whenever we get there.
If you don't care about that, then
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to put it on vacation mode for about a week and then you get everything situated and you're good to go.
yeah,
Telling you, it would work just fine.
maybe.
Perfectly fine. It's fine. We'll be good. I'm telling you, we will make this business a travel. There are people that do it.
I'm not saying you can't.
There's a couple YouTube channels. I can't remember the name of one of them, but there's a lady and a couple, and they sell online. They sell on eBay, and they thrift across the country, and they have like an RV, and they keep all their stuff in their RV, and they sell stuff. And
How big is their
travel.
RV?
Not that big, but I don't think they
Like,
have a big inventory. But that's what they do.
seriously,
Mm.
that's a lot.
Yeah. There you go. Here's an even better idea. Hire someone to live in your house and ship. Problem solved.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then when they make a mistake, we get mad at them.
I gotta bring all my 5 cats with me, though.
That's easy.
Oh yeah,
No
that's
problem.
real easy.
Shouldn't be a problem. We'll figure it out. They'll be fine. Hey, here's another good idea. Have 2 stores, one winter, one summer.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. All the Christmas stuff is here. All the summer stuff is there.
So much stuff.
Easy. No problem.
So easy.
This is coming together. Now
Yeah.
all we got to do is be able to afford the house and
It's coming
find
together.
one and buy it and get furniture for it. And all kinds of stuff. It's
all
no
those
problem.
things.
It's going to be easy. I'm telling you, it's going to be.
We'll get all our
It's gonna be super
furniture
simple.
at the thrift store.
There you go. Yeah, like that couch that Rachel found the other day, the green one.
Ugh. Nothing.
That was
Fun.
impressive.
I was like,
You know what was more the most impressive part of that couch is that it actually looked pretty clean.
the condition. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in great shape, and something that old and that ugly, that it survived long enough to actually look the way it did. And when she sat on it, like she didn't fall straight through it either.
People
Which
like that stuff, though.
Yeah.
It's vintage.
I mean, yeah, but the problem is those things didn't age well. Like that fabric
Oh, no.
especially didn't age well. So the fact that thing was in that good a shape meant it was in somebody's basement for years and nobody ever sat on it. It was probably
Mhm.
in somebody's basement, and in front of it to this day still would have been that television that's also a piece of furniture, like the console
yeah.
televisions.
Yeah.
I bet when they took that couch out of there, that television was still there. Rosie says, get an RV and have all your inventory in there at the same time, like a mobile warehouse. Yeah, I agree. We just need a really big RV, or we need an RV with like an equipment trailer attached to it.
Oh God.
Then we don't
So
even need a house
much.
anymore. We could sell this house and just travel the country. No problem. 6 cats and a dog in an RV. No problem.
5
5
cats.
5 cats.
He doesn't even know how many cats we have.
Perfect.
He's like, wait, I thought we had 6. He's like looking around.
22 Pratt Falls.
What?
Don't know what that means. Not sure what that means, but SM postcards. If I loaded up all my listed postcards, I figure it would be approximately 1,000 pounds. Yeah,
That's a lot.
that would be the easiest, like on the road inventory, though, because it doesn't take up a lot of space.
Yeah, you'd have to really strap that in, because what if like a box fell down and then they all got messed up?
Yeah,
Like
shipping
you go
would
over
be
a
complicated.
speed bump.
Yeah. Sounds shipping complicated because you would never know what zone you were shipping from. Yeah, believe it or not, though,
That's
Rosie,
true.
it actually isn't hard to change that. But charging shipping would be the problem. But like what you were saying, but we actually, the first vacation we went on when we were selling things online, we were still running auctions at the time. So a few auctions ended like 2 days before. 2 days before we left, and then they didn't pay for it, so we had to actually bring like 3 products with us. And you can actually go on there and change where you're shipping it from. Like your addresses all stay the same, but you can change just the zip code, and it will recalculate the shipping. Now you're the one that's taking the hit, because you can't you can't recharge them for shipping. So like we were paying for shipping from Pittsburgh, and then we ended up paying like another 60 or 70 cents to send it from Delaware. But it worked out. I mean, it is pretty easy.
Yeah, we did do that.
It was what they named Kramer's door entrance fall, the 22 Pratt Falls. I didn't know that.
Oh.
Never heard that. I just want to know how many
Mhm.
times that man hit the floor in that series, because it's got to be in the hundreds, because he falls all the time.
He does like to fall.
And he wasn't a young man when they made that series either. So it was
Yeah.
certainly not a I'm sure he hurt himself several times, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was funny. I just can't stop watching that show now because it's so funny.
We've been watching it for weeks.
That's right. Well, I have.
I listened to it. I mean, I've seen pretty much every episode like so many times.
Yeah.
Just like I haven't seen Breaking Bad as much, but we were watching Breaking Bad for like 3 weeks before that.
I love Breaking Bad.
I love it too. It gets so stressful though. It gives me anxiety.
You get so stressed over movies and TV shows.
I do. Did you guys ever see that movie with Due Date?
Yeah, you already talked about this.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about it again because it's stressful. At first it's like, oh, this is funny. Then it's like, I am so stressed out right now.
You don't get stressed on the Halloween movies, though.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what's going to happen.
It's pretty obvious. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to appear out of nowhere. They're going to run away. They're going to fall. He's going to almost catch them. They're going to run away again. And then they're going to like hit a dead end or something. And then they're going to look behind him. He's not going to be there. And they're going to turn around and there he is. And they're dead.
Yeah. And if you live in Haddonfield, Illinois, people, don't be making a ham sandwich at 10 o'clock at night and just leave the knife out in your kitchen. Right. I mean, how many times are people going to ever learn?
That happened twice in the whole series. Ham sandwich. Lady was cutting the ham, putting it on the bread. The first time, though, he didn't kill the lady. The second time he did.
Oh, what? Like, seriously, why? Don't leave your knives
out. Who
out.
uses the butcher knife? That
making a ham sandwich
to cut the ham.
Come on, guys.
That's overkill on the knife. You need a nice serrated knife, and that cuts the ham perfectly.
And who has these hams? And not just like sliced deli meats, but literal hunks of ham, like that you would eat on a holiday, just on Halloween.
Yeah, it's true.
That you need a butcher knife for.
T-Gat was in the show. I don't know the actual behind the scenes. Okay. I don't know. T-Gat was... I don't know who that was.
That was in the show, maybe?
That was in the show. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So 22 times only?
No, he definitely didn't. That's way more than that. Right. No, it's way more than that. 9 seasons. Let's see. He fell once an episode. That's, at least 12 episodes. So he's past that in the second season. But he wasn't really a faller until like season 3. So we'll still it's got to be in the hundreds. It just has to be.
I don't know about that, Adam. I think that's not right.
I'm going to look it up one of these days.
Right.
I'm sure somebody counted them, because there's people out there that have counted how many F words were in Pulp Fiction. I'm sure somebody counted how many times Kramer fell. So I want to know. I want to know who's doing that. Like, there's a guy that's literally sitting there watching Pulp Fiction 1, 2, 3, 4 every time there's an F word, and then they're publishing that little trivia that they use the F word 329 times in Pulp Fiction. Anyways, Pamela says, "Did you see my comment on one of your videos about the scary Cabbage Patch doll? I guess it has a spot between its leg that makes it." Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, is that what you mentioned to me?
Yeah. So it was it's a rare Cabbage Patch doll because they didn't make them for very long because it had.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was an actual Cabbage Patch doll, but yeah, I did see that, and that's creepy.
Look it up.
That's what that is.
I know about the one. It's called the Snack Time Kid. Guys, if you want to see, now it's not funny, but it is a little funny. The Snack Time Kid would eat food, like you would feed it something and it would chew it up. Well, fake chew it up, and then it would have a backpack, and then we'd go into the backpack and you could refeed it. It was an actual legit Cabbage Patch Kid. It started eating kids' hair.
Wait.
So the kid would
wait, no, let me ask. Wait.
There's a YouTube video about it.
You put
No.
real food. Oh,
Plastic
okay.
like corn cobs and stuff.
I was like, that's going to be a problem because there's going to be some.
Feed it. So literally, they had a video of this girl, and she's feeding it, and her hair is long, and they the Cabbage Patch just started eating her hair, and it like the dad was like, I'm trying to get it off her, but he couldn't stop it.
It's like a Chucky doll.
Every time he pulled on it or tried to get off her hair, it would just go tighter until it was right up against her scalp.
Oh, yeah.
Look it up, guys. There's a YouTube video.
Well, but that they should have seen that coming. That's I mean, if it's pulling in pieces of plastic and putting it in a backpack, a finger is going to go in there, a hair is going to go in there, something's going to get caught in there. It's not going to be fun.
It was attacking children.
That's great. SM Postcards, the same people that saw the hair on the Star Wars posters are the same people that counts the F words in Pulp Fiction. That's right. Yeah, it is certainly creepy. And she has one. It's a real Cabbage Patch doll.
I have to look this up.
Was that, Pamela, do you know, was that like used as an educational thing or what? Oh, it can't be educational if it giggles. So it was just something dumb that they made, or I don't even, there's gotta be like, I just don't get it. Like, were they just trying to pull a fast one on everybody and be like, no one's going to know this? Because that's just creepy.
Is it a newer one?
I don't know.
Well, it's this one I'm seeing. It's from 2004.
It must be. But it's still, that doesn't, maybe did they mean not to put the spot that far down or something like that? Is that what, I'm just trying to figure out what their excuse was when they got caught with this thing and everyone was like, why does the Cabbage Patch giggle when you touch it in its privates? Maybe it was supposed to be like in its belly button and it was an error. Here we go. We got our explanation. There was another doll that they had to pull from the shelves because it had the same spot and parents got upset and it was pulled. I suspect the same thing happened to this Cabbage Patch doll.
I think you're right because I think I've heard about this. Yeah.
I just wonder what's going through their minds when they design something like this. So like, kids are going to love this. And you're like, no, they're not.
Yeah, no, that is just
kids are going to be kind of scared of this thing. And then they're also going to start asking their parents some questions that their parents probably don't want to answer right now. So,
yeah,
this is not going to work out.
That and the one that ate the kid's hair.
That was just dumb, but that I can understand because at least, they wanted to, everybody has baby dolls that drink from bottles and stuff like that. And they're like, we're going to take it one step further. And, whoa, I caught a glimpse of Rosie's comment just a second ago and I'm going to post it here.
The snack time kid. Oh yeah. You never saw the Barbie, the birth Barbie?
Barbie that gives birth.
Yeah. Whew. You never saw that?
No.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. And two, wasn't it like Barbie, like I think it wasn't like actual Barbie brand, was it? It was like another brand, but I know exactly what you mean.
That's not even, I mean, at least that's no, because you're talking about kids dolls here again. So you're not, you don't want children to be like, oh, that's where babies come from. And you're like, yes, honey, let's have a talk about it.
And I think you just lifted the baby out of its stomach. I don't think it obviously, I don't know.
Emma says there's a girl that has a video on YouTube about the other doll, and she was in the store and noticed what it did, and it took it to the manager, made a big scene, and she was pissed. Yeah, I could see that. Nope. Mattel, and her stomach grows and she gives birth. Interesting.
Does it take 9 months?
It's like does she have weird cravings? Do you have to go get her pickles and ice cream in the middle of the night? Does she wake up really hungry and cold and tough? Like, that would be hilarious though. If it took 9 months, that would be the worst doll ever. Like, yeah, it gets pregnant and then you got to wait 9 months and then you can pull the baby out of there. That's like the Hatchimal saga all over again. Like people were getting impatient with their Hatchimals because they weren't hatching. And then one day they all of a sudden hatched. Can you imagine?
I don't even I've seen a Hatchimal. Like how does that even work? Is there like batteries in there and you like pull a tab and what does it just shake around and then just like bust?
No, you have to like pet it and like the egg. I watched Graveyard Girl do it, and like hers didn't hatch.
Oh,
And like you have to like
no.
pet it and like talk to it, and eventually it'll break that egg. And but the egg doesn't have like a cutout on it or anything where it's going to break it. It actually breaks
Oh.
through that gel.
Oh.
Yeah. No, they were a thing.
Well, this sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that. That'll ours will never hatch. We'll be like day 4, Hatchimal is still cooing at us and has not hatched. And there's like a light, like the Hatchimal will turn a light on and you'll see it move around. And
What?
people liked them. Yeah, they were a big thing. That was the big toy that year, I think. Rosie says they also had a Barbie dog that gave birth. And you would push the dog's tail and puppies came out. It's awful. I've seen the pooping dog a few times. That one's always comical to me because I'm a guy and I think poop is funny. But and that pooping reindeer that I have, the one that poops candy.
Oh yeah, that one's. I hate that thing.
Thing's awesome. And the snowman. Sarah loves my snowman.
Oh god, I hate that
The
snowman.
snowman that sings you the poop song when you turn the light on. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's a snowman. It's holding a plunger.
Yeah.
And it's like motion activated. So if you go into the bathroom, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like sings these songs. It's like,
Yeah.
like,
Talking
what does it
about
say? Like, it says like, looks like something about paper or something.
Oh yeah, it's like if you need any extra paper, I got plenty over here.
Yeah.
I love that thing. It's like my
Yeah, it
favorite
says
Christmas
like
candy.
other things too, like
I can't wait for the day I put that back out.
mm.
Sarah hates my Christmas.
I always
decoration.
turn it off because I like go in there and you hear it and it's like so annoying.
Yeah, but yeah, Barbie, they've jumped the shark with the stuff like this. They have a dog that you pull the tail up and it poops out some puppies. It's a little rough. Oh, I can imagine. Does the dog come with the Barbie? I wonder. It seems like it would be a like a combo thing.
Yeah.
We found it. Took some digging. $169 falls the whole series. Yeah, that's. I was thinking. I was thinking. Well, we normally talk about reselling, but we've moved on.
In dollars.
Yeah. So it's 169 Kramer Falls, basically. That's about what I was thinking. I was saying 200, so I was a little high. Rosie says, and there was a Barbie who went through puberty and would become endowed. Interesting. I hope they pulled all of these because these are just not. These aren't good. These aren't good. I don't know. I feel like, well, Barbie at least is right around that time where, like, you're kind of going through that kind of thing. But like Cabbage Patch dolls have no business having things like that. There's kids that are playing with them are just too young. At least with Barbies, you're in your early teens. Or
are you? Who's playing with a Barbie when you're in your
no?
early
I mean
teens?
12, 10, 11, 12. So
I don't think so.
Okay, when were you
I mean,
playing?
maybe people that are 12 play Barbies.
When were you building your Barbie houses out of shoe boxes?
I was like 6.
Yeah. And you had your your shoebox Barbie doll.
Yeah, she just lived in a shoebox.
That's right. And Mark says, and doll people are crazy. That's right.
Hi.
Oh, well, we have talked for 150 or 100. Still on the money thing. Can't do it.
We talked for $150.
$150. That's right. An hour and 48 minutes. We are going to get going. Coming up on the channel this coming Thursday. Well, Monday we have a video be an auction, another auction, because we've just been killing it at this auction. So we're filming that and going to edit that and have it up for you guys on Monday. Wednesday, what sold video, and then Thursday, Pittsburgh Picker birthday celebration. No cake. But no, just birthday show. If any one of you guys do want to come on, say hi, hang out for a while, drop me a message on Instagram or Facebook or email me and I'll get you a link and we'd love to have you. If not, we'll just talk about how old I am and,
let's do that.
You can make fun of me or something like that. But yeah. And then this coming Sunday, another Pittsburgh Picker Live along with Friday What Sold video. that's what's coming up on the channel. Do you have anything you want to chat about before we get out of here?
No.
Nope.
I'm gonna be. I just got some cabbies, so I'm gonna work on those. But
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff surrounding me right now. Guys can't see it.
Yeah.
But I have so much stuff surrounding me.
Take a look at Monday's video. You're gonna see we
And
went
I
a little
don't
crazy.
do death piles, so this is giving me some anxiety.
That's right. So check out Monday's video, and that's about it. Thank you so much for coming and checking us out on Saturday. Back to the usual schedule next week, Thursday and Sunday live. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.